Well, growing up, our summer vacations were always a trip down the Alcan. Sometimes that would be a 5-day round trip driving. I mean, day and night. We would drive to Seattle and see my grandparents there, and then we'd drive across the United States to see my grandparents in Georgia. Lots of times my parents would pick a different route. Like I remember we went to some fort and we would get out. I can't remember the name of the fort though. I think it was somewhere in Wyoming. We just thought that was the coolest thing. Then another time we would go across Canada, across the top of Canada, so we could see different things there. Back in those days, you didn't have to have a passport to get through Canada. Alcan was a joint venture between the United States and Canada, helping to maintain that road. To this day, that's one of my favorite things, is to drive somewhere. Well, one of the places that I've driven to was the Redwood Forest. One time I just jumped in the car, drove 8 hours from Washington State to Northern California, and got to the Redwoods, and I took about a half-hour nap under a tree. And when I woke up, I saw a little hummingbird, and then I got back in the car and drove back home. Another time I went up into the mountains. I was just driving around and I saw a sign, Harmonica Festival. Oh my goodness. That was so fun. I don't even remember where it was, but it was somewhere in the mountains in Washington State. Another time I drove to Glacier National Park in Montana. I was hoping to see some wildlife, and I saw some prairie dogs, some chipmunks, and I saw some sheep. And the poor sheep, they were molting. They were just so ugly. And that was some of the trips that I've driven on. You can always adventure. The world is small when you get in your car. You can go wherever you want to.